All right, we've taken a really good look at how Prisma and Drizzle differ philosophically, and we've done some basic queries with them. We've seen how to read data, how to create, update, and delete it as well. And we've taken a look at how we define our schemas with both of them and how we manage our schemas. Let's now take a look at some of the extra tools that we get with Prisma and Drizzle that can make us more productive. And the first one that we'll look at is Studio. So over here in the command line, we can run npx Prisma Studio. Once we do, if we're over in the browser, what we get is this experience where we can see our tables, edit them, add data, delete it, whatever we want to do. So if we go into user, for example, we see a list of our users. What's really nice about Prisma Studio is that we can click in to see the related data in a very clean fashion. So we click into our related posts here and we see our related posts. We have the option to add new records here. We can click to add related records to them as well. So we get a really nice experience for editing our data quickly here. It turns out we get the same experience or a very similar experience with Drizzle if we want it. And to do that, to make use of it, we first have to define some configuration for how Drizzle is going to launch Studio. That's because what we're going to use is DrizzleKit. So DrizzleKit, if you recall, we installed it as a dev dependency. So there's DrizzleKit right there. And when we go to use DrizzleKit, any of the options on it, Studio being one of them, we need to have some configuration defined. So let's do this. Let's touch a new file. It's going to be called drizzleconfig.ts. And in this file is where we're going to describe how to get at our schema, where our connection is to our database, and some other things like that. So let's start by importing the piece we'll need, and that's going to be define config. So that is coming in from DrizzleKit. Then we're going to export defaults. Define config. So we're just exporting it right back out with some options that we give it. And the first option is we're going to tell it where the schema is. And our schema lives in db/schema.ts. Then DrizzleKit's going to want to know what dialect we're using. So is it Postgres? Is it MySQL? Whatever the case might be. In our case, of course, it's Postgres. We can look at the options here as we get it through autocomplete. MySQL, Postgres, or SQLite. Those are the options at this time. So Postgres is ours. Then let's provide our DB credentials. And this is going to be an object where we will pass a URL. And as you might guess, that comes from process.env.drizzle database URL. We get some type errors here. Let's say that this is a string just to satisfy those. And then just a couple extras here for good measure. Let's do verbose is true and strict is true as well. All right, so now with that in place, let's go ahead and do npx DrizzleKit Studio. So we've got an error here, and looking up at our URL, it's a misspelling of our environment variable. So let's fix that up. Let's run it again. All right, things look good here. We can click to open local.drizzle.studio, and that is going to have Drizzle Studio open for us. So very similar to Prisma Studio in a lot of ways. We get our tables along the side here to look at. We've got related posts to a user. We can click to see those. We can add new records in. We can also update and delete records if we want to as well. And basically everything that we've got with Prisma Studio, we've also got available to us here with Drizzle Studio. It is in beta at this time, and we see that here in this warning that pops up. So use it with some caution, but it should provide a very good editing experience for you. All right, so we won't look too much further at Studio. It's fairly self-explanatory once you've explored it. What we'll look at next, though, will be migrations and how we can deal with those in both Prisma and Drizzle.